And we're following breaking news out of North York, where an overnight shooting has left one person dead.
Chopper 24 is above the scene on Cherokee Boulevard this morning, giving you a sense of the complex where this happened. Courtney Heels is live on the ground this morning, where there's a pretty heavy investigation going on. Interesting, just in those pictures from Chopper 24, Courtney, from your vantage point, you may not be able to see it, but there were a lot of evidence markers in that parking lot.
Yeah, Chopper 24 is definitely giving us a better perspective of just how big this scene is, guys, and showing dozens and dozens of evidence markers on the ground. So officers focusing on that area, they're still trying to piece together exactly what happened here overnight. What we know so far, there was a shooting call at about 3 o'clock in the morning. When emergency crews arrived here, they found a man, 23 years old, with gunshot wounds. His injuries at that time were considered critical. He was rushed to hospital, but he did not survive. That is why homicide is here. They have taken over this investigation. Just in the last few minutes, I noticed a homicide detective walk into the scene. He's talking to the officers who have been here for several hours. And again, they're focusing on the evidence on the ground. So it looks as though this shooting happened just outside of a number of units within this housing complex. We are talking to residents who are waking up to this scene this morning, some who also woke up overnight to the sounds of gunshots. We'll let you hear from one woman who said she's just too afraid to appear on camera, but she heard shots ring out.
2:45 a.m. I didn't actually believe it was a gunshot because it was too much at a time. It was like 10 shots. Back, 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 bam. So when I heard it, I opened my eye. I was shaking. I was like, could it be? I didn't want to believe it was a gunshot. I thought it was like fireworks.
So you heard there that resident a little bit confused when she first heard the shots, realized a little bit later that it was in fact gunshots in her neighborhood, also saying she heard someone yelling, "He's been shot, he's been shot." Now we are still waiting to hear from police to get a better sense of where they are in this investigation. What they are sharing so far, this was a 23-year-old who died. So obviously somebody very, very young. We don't know what his connection is yet to this community, but there is a sense of shock here this morning, guys. The fact that there is now this homicide investigation, the latest homicide investigation happening in the city, also at a time when we're seeing a lot of gun violence. And on that, we know Toronto police are planning to update the gun violence in Toronto later on at a news conference set for 11 o'clock. So we'll be watching for that later this morning. Also this morning, waiting for that update from homicide detectives to see if they have any information on a suspect or suspects here, or if arrests have already been made in this case. Over to you.
Yeah, there certainly have been a lot of shootings recently. That is Courtney Heels live at the latest scene where, of course, someone has died overnight. Court, appreciate the update there.